All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Phil Nagy on Sports here, welcoming you to our week number 4 NFC Spotlight Game of the Week, as voted on by you, the fans on our Discord channel. You have voted to take a look at the 2-1 New Orleans Saints headed up to Soldier Field to visit the 2-1 Chicago Bears. We got Derek Carr versus Justin Fields. That was an interesting shot of an empty hallway. So Derek Carr versus Justin Fields here, and excited to see how this one goes. But I'm not going to be calling it for you. Kit's going to be calling it for you, which I appreciate him doing. I'll pop on again at the end to give you the statistics. So again, we really appreciate all of our subscribers. Thank you guys so much. If you wouldn't mind liking the video, we'd appreciate that, because it helps get us a new audience as well for our wacky little brand YouTube glory here. So really appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Go Browns, of course. And now here is the Kit on the mic. Kit Nagy, everybody.
Hey, appreciate that, Phil. And yeah, absolutely excited to see this one here in our NFC Spotlight Game of the Week. Bears and Saints, some new quarterbacks on both sides, as Phil mentioned. Also some familiar faces fans of the channel will recognize. One going each way. Tyler Scott ended up drafted by the Bears, and Isaiah Foskey, the prolific pass rusher for the Browns in our season, got picked up by these Saints in real life. So we have those rosters correct. You will see some of those guys out there. And without further ado, we'll get this one a going, as the Saints will have the ball first. And here comes Derek Carr in his new livery, looking sharp in the gold. And he is he's going to go out there and try to get something done here on the first drive of the ball game against these Bears at home. A little offset I formation to start here. Carr under center, back to pass, rush blitz coming, and he's got a man open. That was Thomas that had a step, but just barely overthrown by Derek Carr. So a 2nd and 10 coming after that opening incompletion. Delayed handoff. Kamara, he's got some space to work with. He's going to pick up 3. A 3rd and 7 coming. Derek Carr, 4-man rush to pass, and over the middle, outlet to Kamara. Kamara makes a nice little shifty move to make sure he had the first down and to keep those chains moving. Hackauer out of the gun to pass out to the perimeter, and he just too late on the throw. That ended up out of bounds after the late decision from Carr gave him no room to work with for Kamara. Now out to the other side, and this time batted away by the defense. Carr now 1 of 4. Not a good start for him. Hey, welcome in, Mitchell. Go Browns. Yeah, appreciate you popping on real quick. Absolutely, watch at your convenience. As Kamara, nice little swing past him and just sheds a tackler and keeps going for another first down. He is the entire engine of this offense so far, as Carr has been off to a rough start, but Kamara has been everything the offense has done, out of the backfield, catching passes, and also on the ground. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Go Browns, Cavs, and Guardians. Hand off to Kamara up the middle. He works his way for about 7. Second and 3. Now a handoff on the inside zone. Kamara running hard, fighting for those yards, as he is 100% of the offense still. The only pass for Carr completed has been to, or the only 2 passes for Carr completed have been both to Kamara. And so far, Kamara is their offense. And finally, somebody else getting involved here, as Michael Thomas is going to get a pass completed to him on the little short curl route. Picks up 7. Trips formation out to the left now. Derek Carr out of the gun, hands it off to Kamara. The big gap to work with, but he runs into the defender. Not sure why he didn't try to put a move on there, but didn't even seem to attempt one. And does not pick up the first down, 3rd and 2. Pressure coming, and a big sack right up the middle. Green got in there for the first sack of the ball game. And as you can see, just it was supposed to be a double team, just kind of gave up on it there in the middle. Not great blocking, just split the double team, does Green. And Green gets in there on the 4-man rush up the middle for a sack. So a long field goal attempt here. Kick is up. The kick is good. So the Saints are going to capitalize on a few points here with their field goal to take the early lead in the ball game off their opening drive. But obviously they're going to want to get Carr going. Carr has had a bit of a meager drive there. Only one completion to a wide receiver in that whole drive. As he only found Michael Thomas once and only for 7 yards. Just 2 outlet passes going to Kamara, and then the rest was Kamara on the ground. So we'll see how Justin Fields fares here in his first drive of the ball game. There's a look at his early stats in the ball game. Pretty good for him. 6 touchdowns, no interceptions in the first 3 weeks in our sim season. And he's going to start out at the 24-yard line here in this 3-0 ball game. Now Fields back to pass pressure coming in his face, trying to set up screen. He's going to take a big sack back to the 14. Abram gets in there, the former Raider, coming along with Derek Carr. 2nd and 20 now, as Justin Fields opens up with a big sack after the not successful screen game. A nice little shifty run there in the hole, kind of just working for some space out to the outside. Nice effort on that one. Picks up 5, though. Blitz up the middle is picked up, and then wide open in the middle of the field. That was a beauty. Just a dart from Justin Fields as Mooney gets frozen in some mud. But he did make a nice catch, does Mooney, with an absolute dart downfield from Fields. And now getting caught up on I think he got caught on his blocker. I wasn't entirely sure. He's either out of the tackler, not really tackling him, but that was Herbert out of the outside. Justin Fields finds him in. I hate it. And I think the players and coaches hate it. They claim it's in the interest of Justin Fields is just going to climb the pocket and escape, but he's not going to have enough for the first down, so they're going to punt this from the 50. I hate it. They claim it's for player safety, and they can claim that all they want. We all know it's not about the player safety for them as much as that's the so they look good. That's the looking good in the shower part of it. The part they're interested in is selling tickets in offensive football high-scoring games, which is what that will lead to. If the strategy becomes just take a fair catch and take it out to the 25 every time, then that's that negates the ability to back them up deep in their territory. It negates a lot of the field position game, which is unfortunate because that's one of the few things special teams and defense anymore in the league have kind of to their advantage. One of their big ways to affect the game is you're kind of taking that away from them, which is unfortunate. So I don't like it. I mean, we'll see. It's not so the one saving grace in all of this is it's not a permanent rule. They're going to try it for a year. It's got a 1-year trial period, and they may decide that it's not the best rule. Hopefully they go that way, although knowing them, I wouldn't be surprised for them to find ball's out, but the Saints do recover if they don't find justification for their that's kind of what the NFL does. They pick their line in the sand and then they find a way to justify it. As Kamara fights for some yards. I didn't think he had that, but does manage to get across the line to gain. So the Saints with a little drive here. Kamara again. Big hole. Big room past the 50 to the 40. And finally swallowed up by some defenders out there. Secondary kind of collapsed in on him there. But he did find some space early on. And a nice little run for Alvin Kamara, who has been very active for these Saints. He has been pretty much the show here for the Saints on offense. Now, Carr unloads, and he's got it downfield for a pickup of 8. And Olave, the second-year Buckeye, go Bucks, with a nice catch. And finally, Carr's trying to finding some rhythm here in the game as he finds yet another receiver, his tight end this time out to the perimeter. And he's finally getting something going, which he had needed to. He had been a bit out of sorts early as he had missed some targets and did not have the best completion rating. But now 3 for 3. This one, the latest, going to Michael Thomas for a first down. That one, a 10-yard hook, just past the sticks and come back and sets up there, and Carr just puts it right on him. Carr setting up screen. Kamara's got it, and Kamara does get past the tackler for a few yards, so he does pick up 2. It was going to be a loss at first, like most screens, but for the fact that Kamara made it work by breaking a tackle. This one goes incomplete. Olave couldn't handle it. And a 3rd and 8 coming. Now, tight bunch formation to the right. Carr from under gun. Pressure coming, but he does unload and misses again. Another ugly miss. Now 9 for 15. Only 79 yards for Carr. He has not been quite right. He did have 3 completions in a row there, but then went right back to missing a target. Hey, Sean, welcome in. Go Browns. So, yet another field goal for the Saints. Make this a 6-0 ball game. And Justin Fields is going to come back out and try to do a bit more with his offense out on the field. That big sack early really set him back, literally and figuratively. That one complete to Moore, pickup of 11. And Bradley Robley in on the tackle. Now a little delayed handoff goes to Herbert. And Herbert picks up about 6. Bersey, the new D tackle, drafted by the Saints, in on that tackle. And now Herbert not able to find a lot of room. Oh, no, that's Foreman. Excuse me. Foreman not able to find a lot of room out there, and instead goes backwards for 2. 3rd and 6 coming. Justin Fields out of the gun. Pressure off the edge, but it is picked up by his running back and able to find his tight end. And a first down achieved for the Bears. Tanyan was the tight end in question there. Picks up of 9 and a first down. Now setting up screen again. And of course, because it's Madden, it is figured out and brought down in the backfield for Herbert. So, an unfortunate screen call. We hate those. They seem to only go backwards and or end in sacks. 2nd and 12 now. Oh, that one nearly picked. Trying to find his tight end out to the outside, Tanyan, but unable to get it past the defender as the defender was in great position. 3rd and 12. Fields now over the middle. This time he's got a man. That's Mooney, and he's going to go, I think, 10-5, touchdown, Bears. What a move. Very shifty from Mooney. He just made a move on the defender at the catch point, able to shake his tail, and then watch this as he just makes a nice little move to get out of that tackle and then just goes the distance, puts on the Jets, and goes. And the Bears are going to take a lead here, 7-6. As finally, some fireworks in this one. Had been a little bit dull at first, but finally a big play goes the Bears' way, and the Bears are going to take the lead. Yeah, Mooney very fast. So that kickoff is going to be kneeled in the end zone, take him out to the 25. And Derek Carr will take over, tight bunch to his right. He's going to look over the middle. He's got a man. And Olave has a first down out there. Pickup of about 11. As Olave was streaking across that formation And Derek Carr found him in a gap. Nice little pitch and catch. 1st and 10. Derek Carr now to his outlet. Kamara makes a nice little spin move past the sticks. Able to shake one tackler and then tackled after picking up a 1st down. That's a nice little spin move. Just takes advantage of where the tackler was going to be and then ends up not there. 1st and 10. Carr searching. Now he's going to hit Kamara, who is in the zone. Kamara just out of bounds. Couldn't reel it in, and Kamara now out of the zone after that incompletion. Now a throw right over the middle. And that's Smith on the reception. Pickup of 7. Just that little quick slant action. 3rd and 3 coming, just past midfield. Tight bunch formation to his left. From under center, Derek Carr to his outlet tight end. And he is able to get the 1st down as Johnson was well past the line to gain in that little stick route. Just kind of settled over the middle, right in a good position to make sure he was going to get that 1st down and presenting a good target to Derek Carr, just like you're looking for. Now hand off to Kamara, stretching it to the left side, but the Bears defense flows nicely. And Dexter in on that tackle. Lots of defenders there in the area. And Kamara didn't really have a lot of room to work with and ends up going backwards for a yard. Derek Carr. He's out to the outside and unable to connect with his receiver out there. Just overthrown again. He's had a lot of that in this game. Just been a bit hit or miss with his targeting. But that one on target, he's going to hit Thomas nicely. But he's been, especially on the outside perimeters, he's just been missing guys, not leading very well in this game on the perimeter. So he's missed targets a little bit long on both sidelines, and that's been kind of the story of his game so far. We'll hand off to Kamara up the middle, and there's nothing doing there. Just a bevy of defenders in the area, and he only picks up 1. 2nd and 9. Carr setting up yet another screen. This time it's going to work, though, as Kamara's got some room to work with. And that easily the most successful screen of the ball game. But a 3rd and 4. Now spreading them all out. Empty backfield for Carr. Pressure coming, but he's going to unload and just waited too long to pull the trigger on that one and gave the defense a chance to get up to where Smith was trying to make the catch. And the defense knocks it out. So the Saints will have to settle for yet another field goal, as they have been stalling on all 3 of their first drives, and all 3 of them have ended in 3 points. This kickoff will be returned out past the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And of course, right there, that probably, under the new rules, that would have been a fair catch out to the 25, because you don't have to risk it. Just secure the ball and take it to the 25, I guess. But we'll see how it pans out. I mean, I'm gonna hold some, reserve some judgment on it, I suppose, until I actually see it in practice. But I can tell you, going in, I don't like it. Justin Fields out of the gun, running back on either side. This one goes to Herbert, and the flag coming. I think there might be a hold here, or maybe a face mask. Nope, it is a hold. And that one, unfortunately, is going to wipe out the 1st down, and a much harder 3rd down coming on 3rd and 13, as that would have been enough for the 1st down for Herbert. Oh, this has got a streaking. Is that Mooney? Mooney again! And Mooney gets out to the 40 as Mooney had about 4 steps. He just popped off the line so quickly. The defender kind of got stuck in mud there for a moment. See how many steps he's got. So quick. Nice little ball there from Justin Fields, able to put it just to the outstretched arms of Mooney on the streak. And Mooney almost gets away with a sideline touchdown, but is tackled at the 40. Now Justin Fields out to the outside again to Mooney. He's been very good in this one. And Justin Fields, 9 of 10, 153 yards and a touchdown. Very good day for him so far. 2nd and 2 coming. Change of the formation, a bit more like a bunch in the interior. This one does go to his tight end over the middle. And Justin Fields now really looking good here. And that was actually Chase Claypool. Big body confused me there. That was Chase Claypool. Pardon me. Former Steeler. I was wondering about the number. I didn't think tight ends could wear numbers like that, but Chase Claypool makes a lot more sense. As Herbert out to the outside, and he's going to pick up 6 yards. And now over the middle again. And Justin Fields just absolutely lighting it up, spreading out the ball. Very nice. Pettis there on that reception. And a 1st and goal now from the 3. Herbert, the single back here. Herbert's got some room. He's going to get the touchdown. Nice effort from him, just weaving his way through some traffic and finding pay dirt in the middle of that defensive front. Nice push up front from those linemen. The big hog molly's moving some bodies. And Herbert, nice block there from Tanyan. Really springing Herbert there. Tanyan getting in and just getting physical in the middle of that. And Herbert read it beautifully. Just cut right behind the block of Tanyan to get in. Nice effort all around from the Bears. That's how you get it done. So the Saints are going to take over here now at the, call it the 18-yard line. And Bears now with the edge of 14-9 ball game. And right now they're just trading field goals for touchdowns. Saints have got to find their way to pay dirt. They're not going to win if they keep kicking field goals, obviously, as the Bears have been scoring into the end zone. As Kamara's going to get a little delayed handoff. Lots of room to work with. He's going to get out to the 24, 6-yard pickup. And really, it starts and ends with the play of Derek Carr. He's just been not great this time taking the swing pass to Kamara. Kamara has been the vast majority of their offense, both in the passing game and in the running game. They have been very Kamara heavy in this offensive attack, but that's been because Carr has been a bit off target at times and inconsistent, and that's really hurt the Saints. As this time he is on target, hitting Olave underneath. And Olave is able to find enough room to get himself to the first down. And coming up on the 3.5 minutes in the half mark, with the Saints trying to put something together. Olave was well covered there. Not a great choice from Carr, and that's been really all day for him, as he's going to find Kamara again. Those outlet swing passes have been working. And Kamara's been making good on those. This one does bring up a 3rd and inches, though. Now under center, he's going to hand it off to Kamara. Kamara reads the wrong side of the block, gets caught up on his blocker, but still manages to pick up the first down. He had a lot more room than he actually ended up getting in terms of yardage there. But just kind of misread the block a bit. Kamara this time, ball's out, but the Saints do recover. And no gain. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here with the Saints driving, trying to put themselves in a better position. They really need to get into the end zone, though, if they want to do that. 3 points is going to feel like, it's not going to feel great going into the locker room here. He does get it out to Hill on the little swing pass there. 3rd and 1 coming. Derek Carr. Now, that one probably should have been picked, but somehow Kamara ended up with it. As the defender went for the ball, missed badly. Carr, somehow it squeaked past to Kamara, and Kamara is able to get a first down. 1:30 left, fake the handoff to Kamara. Pressure's coming, Carr's going to go downfield, and he goes out of bounds, trying to throw that one away. Did have a couple receivers in the area, 2nd and 10. Now emptying out the backfield for Derek Carr. He goes underneath, and they've got all 3 timeouts, but now closing in on a minute left. They're at the 28-yard line, and they've got to get a touchdown here if they want to stay. That one should have been 6. Oh my! Derek Carr is going to thank his lucky stars on that. It wasn't pick 6. They'll take the 3 points. That's at this point, obviously, still a disappointment. Pardon me. Still a disappointment not getting into the end zone, as that was a very good drive that stalled yet again. And unfortunately for the Saints, they've done nothing but kick field goals in this one, and as a result, even though the Bears have only managed to get into the end zone twice, they have gotten into the end zone, and so are leading the ball game going into half at 14-12. Although, there is still a little bit of time here, so, watch out. Darnell Mooney has been very, very good, and they might look to him here. We'll see. Justin Fields goes downfield quickly. He's got it out to Tanyan, and a timeout quickly taken. 48 ticks left. So it looks like they are going to try for this. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. And emptying out the backfield for Justin Fields. They're out to the 33. 48 ticks left in the half. He's looking downfield, and he's got it out to Mooney. And a timeout quickly taken. I think he might have been out of bounds, though, so I don't know that you wanted to take a timeout there. But, that was more. Pardon me, that was more on the reception. Thought it was Mooney. And now downfield out to the other sideline. This one not handled. Pardon. Just the third incompletion, trying to get it out on that perimeter. But a nice throw, just couldn't be handled. And then that one goes underneath to the timeout, or to the tight end Johnson. Or to the running back Johnson as the outlet. And then we're closing in on 10 seconds left. Blitz coming. He goes out to the outside. What kind of weird drop was that? He, caught it, then, kind of lifted it up and dropped it up. It was super weird. The animation on that was strange, as the Bears are going to kick a field goal of their own. A long field goal. Yeah, obviously not a lot of time left, so it makes sense that they would try to kick this field goal. But they missed it, pushing it to the left, and no, they didn't. There was only 3 ticks left, so the Saints are only going to have 1 shot at any kind of points here. They've got to get it to the end zone on a Hail Mary, so not leaving up a lot of chance, but it is happening in the end zone. Oh, nearly caught. No flag, so they don't get the untimed down nonsense that Madden sometimes seems to do on those plays. So fortunate on that front, but a 14-12 ball game is what we end up standing at half here, going into the locker room. So they're going to come back out here, and the Bears are going to get the ball right back with the 2-point advantage to start the second half. Now Justin Fields out to the left side. He's got Claypool. And Chase Claypool is going to take it all but an inch or 2 from the line to gain. Well, I formation now. A quick handoff to Herbert. Herbert's got the room, and he's got the first down. That's his 6th rush of the ball game. He doesn't have a lot of yardage, but he's been effective in those rushes. Getting 2 or 3 first downs out of them. 1st and 10. Fields now scrambling in the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Big sacked out on the perimeter from Cameron Jordan. That's his first of the ball game. 2nd sack on Justin Fields so far. Now thrown out to the outside, and he's got Tanyan out in some space, and a 3rd and 11 coming after that, making up most of the sack yardage to his tight end. 3rd and 11. Now to pass. Got it to his man and just sneaking past the first down. That's Moore with a nice little effort. DJ Moore able to get past the line to gain. He was just short of it when he caught it, but he was able to squeeze past, get himself to the first down. Nice effort there from Moore. Now a handoff to Herbert. He's got some room, and he's going to pick up a few yards here. All right. Well, yeah, appreciate that, Wendell. Yeah, definitely. Wendell says if you haven't had a chance to vote on the logo contest for the Dog Pound logo, go ahead and do so. As a big hole here, as he is able to pick up a bunch of yardage. Johnson on that carry, and he had a lot of space there. Did Johnson, and he's on the left hip of Justin Fields again. Fake the handoff. Justin Fields going to take this little option keeper out to the outside. Got some room as he fights for those yards. Getting his head down and going is Justin Fields. Nice run for him and a first down achieved. But yeah, appreciate appreciate that, Wendell. Will definitely encourage everybody to vote in that for the new logo for the Dog Pound, as it is down to the 2 finalists. Mooney again on that reception picks up all but a few inches. Now under center, Herbert, the lone back. He's going to get the handoff with some room and an easy first down, getting them down into the 5-yard line here. First and goal from there. Justin Fields, the pass pressure coming. He's got a man out to the outside. Touchdown! Johnson has got it. And Rashawn Johnson gets into the end zone. Nobody able to pick him up out there in the flat in time, and he just bullies his way past the line. And these Bears now with a 21-12 lead as they have continued to score touchdowns on their drives, where the Saints have only managed field goals so far in this ballgame. Hey, George, welcome in. Appreciate you being on. And really, the tail of the tape is all about Derek Carr. Derek Carr has not been great. That man there has been 100% of the offense, or nearly 100% of the offensive production, because Carr has struggled and just hasn't been firing on all cylinders. Been very hot and cold in this game. And Kamara has had to do all the heavy lifting, as he's going to pick up 2. But Derek Carr just has been missing and or throwing to covered guys. And the defense has been able to make plays. This time, his receiver does not help him out there. He had a good throw, pretty well covered, but probably need to make that catch. And Derek Carr, yet another incompletion as a result. And yet another drop. This time Olave with a very ugly drop. And these Saints, I mean, it's something is just not working for them. The receivers now with a pair of drops. Derek Carr had been missing targets earlier in the ball game. It's not been great for them. And this time they even have to punt, not even getting in range of a 5th field goal. Fields has been great. Fields is been throwing absolute dimes all day, as yet another one goes to Tanyan. Tanyan's been very active. Mooney has been incredible. There's a great actually 2 really nice plays to Mooney early in this ball game. One for a long touchdown, another one that almost went for another touchdown, but he had about 4 steps off the press corner that he just blew right past him. And Fields put an absolute dime to his outstretched fingers. It was glorious. So check those out, George, when you get a chance, because they're fun. So yeah, Fields has been very good. 260 passing yards, in fact. 3rd and 9 coming. He's over the middle. Oh, that one is picked. There's the big first mistakes for him, as he just threw it to the wrong team. Bradley Roby in on the tackle, in on the interception, and that was just what a mistake that was. Justin Fields goes to speak of the devil. He had an almost errorless game to that point. He had been so good, but just as we're talking about how good he had been, he throws an ugly interception. And now out to the perimeter goes Carr, throwing that one out of bounds. 3rd and 5. And even with that interception, we talked about Carr in his day. As this one, he did catch that. Wow, Michael Thomas with a nice catch. They're going to challenge it. Let's take a look. I was kind of skeptical at first. That's why I didn't say much. But no, I think he might actually drug that foot. Let's see. Left foot is down. Right foot is dragging. Beautiful catch. It's just a question of, did he have control while that foot was dragging before he got to the white there? It's all about where the control is determined to be, and they do give it to the Saints. So the Saints have the first down and inside the 12. Now Kamara with a nice little shifty run into, man, tackled at the 1. I thought for a minute he was going to get in. He very nearly did, but I guess the knee went down just prior to crossing the plane. So a first and goal from the 1 of the Saints have got to punch this in. Hand it to Kamara. Why not? That'll get it done. Touchdown for Kamara. He has been absolutely the heart and soul of this offense, and he is rewarded with pay dirt there. And nice blocking up front to get him in easily, as the Saints are going to narrow this lead to just 2 points again, 19-21. Yeah, it should have been a touchdown. I agree, Wendell, but he does get in on the very next play. So at least they went right back to him and got him into the end zone deservedly. Now Justin Fields from under center, 7-step drop, and gets it to his receiver. There's a look at Fields' day, 21 of 27 for 293. So he has been very good. DJ Moore on that reception. And of course, Mooney and Moore are both very active in this, as well as Tanyan. They've all been a big part of this. Chase Claypool with some action as well. Now we're going to just tuck and run is Justin Fields, as he found a little gap there and able to get a first down. Didn't like what he saw downfield and elected to take off smartly. Had a big old gap to take advantage of. And that's why Fields can be so dangerous, because he is elusive that way. This time he's not going to get away, as he's going to take a big sack. And there's Isaiah Foskey, speaking of the former Nagy on Sports Brown, in real life drafted by the Saints, as mentioned. And his first half sack here, as he was involved in that one. This one goes out to Claypool, and they're only going to pick up a few yards. 3rd and 14 coming. Fields now surveying, sitting in the pocket, now finally going to his outlet. That's Johnson. And Johnson is not going to nearly have enough for the first down. And thus, the Bears will have to pooch punt this one. And it goes out at the 21. Yikes. Not a good punt at all. That is the opposite of what you want to have happen. In fact, you conceded a yard. You'd be better off kicking it through the end zone from there. That was a terrible punt. Kamara with lots of space out past the 30. Very quickly to the second level is Kamara, out into the secondary, and that's where he's tackled. As he has been so good in this ball game, and that really is, I mean, he's been the thread that the Saints have been hanging on by, as they've got to get Derek Carr more in rhythm here. He does hit a lobby out to the outside on this one, pickup of 8, and a good throw. That's important. They've got to get that rhythm going for Derek Carr. He's got to be better if they're going to win this ball game. Now Derek Carr under center. Kamara the lone back. Back to pass on 3rd and inches, but he's got it out to the flat to Hill. And Hill does easily have the first down and then a lot more, as nobody went to cover Hill out in the flat. So a 1st and 10. As you can see, Kamara's winded back there, but he is going to get the handoff out on the stretch. Not a lot doing out there, only a pickup of 1. A 2nd and 9. Derek Carr in the gun. 4-man rush. And he's going to throw out to the left perimeter this time. And he's got it complete, but not quite for a first down, 3rd and inches. And Kamara is going to get... Oh, but he's going to fumble yet again. But fortunate for the 3rd time in this ball game that his lineman was right there to recover. 3 forced fumbles forced by this defense, but all 3 recovered by the Saints. Hey, Mason, welcome in. Oh, Mason, it's way too early for that. Give him a full all the way through preseason, and then let's reconvene and talk about how he looks. But doesn't concern me at all. It's OTAs. I mean, we're not anywhere near where we need him to be, performing at a level yet. He's got to be there for week 1, ideally, but lots of time to get it all right. As yet another fumble in this one. Who's got it? I can't tell. The Bears do. This one finally bites Kamara, his 4th fumble of the ball game, and that one finally recovered by the Bears. The Bears with a big turnover to stop points from the Saints. The Saints could have taken the lead there, but Kamara's 4th fumble finally does go the other way. Yeah, that's the other part of it. Hayden Grove is definitely into that, and there's why? Like, for what reason? I will not be concerned about really anything that happens, unless it's injury related. Anything that happens in OTAs, training camp, preseason, because at the end of the day, it's meaningless until you get to the games when it matters. That's when you want the performance to be out on the field, and that's when it makes sense to start to be concerned if the performance isn't there. If we see play like Derek Carr in this game, if we see that kind of play out of Watson, yeah, I'd be wow, very easy interception, just dropped. Very easy. That was an ugly throw from Fields. Not sure what was happening there. But if we see this kind of play, like we've seen from Derek Carr in this ball game out of Watson, week 1, week 2, week 3, I'd be concerned. I mean, and hopefully, hoping that he could turn that around quickly and figure it out. But, even early in the season, even if he's not firing on all cylinders, and his Fields going to try to take off, does slide, but not nearly enough for a first down, so Bears will have to punt here. And the fumble ends up doing no harm at all, but a very nice punt all the way out. And even a nice return, but the fumble, and the Bears are going to scoop and score! Wow, what a play that was! As yet another fumble plagues these Saints, and the Bears are right there to take advantage. Jackson in on it to scoop and score. As let's see if that ball was actually out. They're not going to give us a replay. It looked like it was, though. I don't think he was down. It was just a big hit. The ball popped right out, and Jackson was right there for the scoop and score, and the Bears are going to capitalize after all. I thought they had been stymied, but special teams picks up the slack and able to get the points in after all. And so the Bears now up 28-19. Again, it's too early to worry about it, Mason. Why does it? None of this matters. Even if we get to week 1 and there are some concerns, yeah, it's okay to be concerned then. That's fine, but even then, there's time to the games still matter at that point. But there's still time to adjust and recover and still have a great season, even if they don't come out firing on all cylinders. So we'll see. It's OTAs. I mean, there's lots of time to figure stuff out, and I'm not worried about it at all. We know for a fact, because we've seen it, what Watson can and should be, and assuming he gets there, which, there is some assumption to that, but assuming he's able to get back to form, which we know he's capable of because he's demonstrated it not like one season, but multiple seasons, in the NFL, with not great teams, put that all together, and I don't think there's a lot to be worried about. And I hate calling people out for not being at voluntary practice. I mean, like, really, it's voluntary. It's just the dumbest thing. Not to mention, if there's anybody on the team that probably don't need to be there, they're like the headlines of that list. Myles Garrett. Who cares if he's not there? It's not like OTAs are going to make Myles Garrett better. Yes, it's a different defensive scheme, but they're not asking anything unusual or anything that Myles Garrett, can't handle, and that they're basically gonna unshackle him. Just let him go. Like, just go. Pressure the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. That is your responsibility, and he's gonna do exactly that. He knows how to do that. He doesn't need to be there in OTAs to learn the technique of it. I mean, the guy is an all-pro. Same thing with Chubb. Same thing with Bitonio. I mean, it's not like I am not concerned at all about any of those individuals not being there. Yeah, I mean, I think Njoku is the only other one that's not there. I mean, who cares? These are voluntary practices. There are certain people it would not be wise for them not to be there. Rookies, it would not be wise for them not to be there. Guys like Perry and Winfrey, as Kamara's got a big hole there. He's going to fight for the yardage down to the 1. Nice little run from Kamara back in the zone. The Saints trying to respond here in on the 1. But yeah, I don't care if guys choose to, take advantage of what they collectively bargained for, that OTAs be voluntary. And I think our coaching staff realizes that, and they, nice touchdown strike there, right over the middle. Tre'Quan Smith with the touchdown. It's just a nice throw underneath to hit him for the touchdown. And finally, the Saints getting into the end zone at an important time in this ball game to make it back to a 2-point game. I mean, I don't think that he didn't look sharp either. I mean, there's going to be some timing stuff that you're still going to be working on, still figuring out. Yeah, he missed some throws, but he also has some really nice throws too that I saw. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's OTAs. This is what they're working on it. It's a work in progress. They're going to get everybody on the same page. The fact that he is there is what should be encouraging. He is there. He is working on it. He is dedicated to the playbook. He is in the building and working with his receivers and the guys that you want to be there for him to work on timing with to be actively getting that chemistry going are all there. You've got Moore's in the building. You've got DPJ. All those guys are there. He's throwing to them. So I'm not concerned about it at all. Truly. Yeah, exactly, George. Remember that video that came out last offseason for Tua just grossly underthrowing Tyreek Hill? That maybe something like that I'd be a little bit concerned about. Like, okay, that's not a good look kind of thing. And did it end up hurting the Dolphins, in the actual season? No, not really. Tyreek was still very dynamic. Tua still underthrew him, but at times. But Tyreek, for the most part, would make up for it. Because he's just dynamic as a pass catcher. As Fields is going to escape here with some room and then slide, but not enough for the first down, and so the Bears are going to have to punt. But yeah, it's off-season stuff is they make a huge deal out of what probably doesn't really need to be a big deal. They're they're designed around let's build fundamentals and technique, make sure we have the install of the offense, install of the defense, everybody being on the same page, build some of that chemistry. You don't need everything to be perfect out the gate, and it's realistically, I don't think there's a single team out there that's gonna have it right, everything right yet. It takes time for all of them. So every year is different. You kind of always start with a clean slate, even with the same roster, same coaching staff. It ends up that way. So they're going to work on it, and I trust them to do that. And we'll see where they're at when we get to week 1. That's really what's important. I mean, so, yes, I agree, it hinges on Watson, but this is a very different story than most NFL teams that, have a single guy that it hinges on, in that Watson had demonstrated success at the NFL level, where, and consistently demonstrated at, a elite quarterback talent level. He's demonstrated that at this level, so he's done that before. It's a very different thing when you've got, say a rookie quarterback that you think is going to be great, but you're not sure, and he comes out and he starts to struggle in the OTAs, and you're like, well, if this is our guy, we're going to start him, and maybe there's a little concern there. Yes, I know it hinges on him. Of course it hinges on him. The quarterback position is absolutely vital in the NFL, but yeah, it's too early to panic. It's just so early, and yes, we'll see if he gets back to that point. That's going to be the big question here. But he has at least shown that he is capable of it, and so there's a lot more. You can say with a lot more confidence it's likely he'll be back than you might be able to about somebody that is unproven. I mean, ask the 49ers how that trade of their first 3-round picks worked out for them, because I don't think anyone in San Francisco would say that was a good trade. And yeah, you've got a lot of capital invested in this. There's a lot of money in that contract, as the Saints are with a really pretty good drive. Finally, Carr clicking as he is able to get it out this time for another first down. Minute 23 left in this ball game. But anyway, so I'm going to digress on that topic because we've got a good ball game going here. The Saints down by just 2. Nice drive, handoff to Kamara. But I think I've probably talked about that enough. And I just don't think it's time to even begin to be concerned about, some missed passes. Doesn't mean much. 2nd and 9, and he's got it to Smith over the middle. 3rd and inch is coming. Minute left in the ball game. Obviously 4-down territory here. They're going to the end zone now. Touchdown, Saints! Olave just squeaking free, and what a thread of the needle for Derek Carr, able to get it to Chris Olave for the touchdown. Now the question is, did they strike too soon? 57 ticks left now, but they're going to have to give the ball right back to Justin Fields, and he's going to have an opportunity to maybe find a way back to the end zone here, but he's got his work cut out for him in this 33-28 ball game. So obviously, if field goal doesn't do it here, they've got to get into the end zone. And they're only going to have about 50 seconds left after returning this kick. Call it 52 ticks. They've got all 3, or actually no, they've got no timeouts left. I was looking at the wrong side there. So no timeouts to work with. So a tall order here for Justin Fields. He's got to use those sidelines or a big chunk play. He's going to need a lot of yardage. Now he's going deep now, and that one incomplete. 3 defenders in the area could not come up with the catch. It does stop the clock with the incompletion. Justin Fields now over the middle, deep again, and he's got to chase Claypool onto the sideline. Make sure you don't. Oh, you got to step out of bounds there. 38 ticks left. got to be smarter than that. They do go no huddle. 14 ticks left, 1st and 10, but a chance. Justin Fields, he can't take a sack. He does escape out to the outside. Now he's going to unload to the end zone. Oh, that one goes incomplete. Does stop the clock. 7 ticks left. Oh, my. What a photo finish. This one is going to turn into 2nd and 10 now. Can't take that sack. He doesn't. Oh, he's going to take the sack anyway. That is going to end the game. I thought he had gotten away, but instead a big sack ends the game. Oh my, the Bears had a chance, just couldn't quite capitalize. They needed those timeouts, and honestly, that was on Claypool. Claypool lost them this ball game as he did not elect to step out of bounds as he should have. That would have stopped the clock with a lot more time. They wasted about 20 seconds, which is 3 or 4 attempts at the end zone, and they didn't have those opportunities because of the inability to step out of bounds and being tackled inbounds. Huge mistake.
All right. Here are our statistics for today. Justin Fields, 28 of 41, 384, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Herbert, 31 on the ground. Fields, 45 on the ground. The rookie Roschon Johnson, 1 for 12. Sorry about that. Mooney, 7-4. 150, most of that in the first half. He was bonkers in that first half. He did have the 1 touchdown. Bob Tonyan, 6 for 55 for 95 for Claypool. DJ Moore, 4 for 62. And again, the rookie Roschon Johnson with the other one. How about the defensive side? Jaquan Brisker, 15. The rookie Noah Sewell for 14. 12 for Jackson. Edwards coming over, of course, as well here in the offseason. Sack for Rasheem Green in the half for Travis Gibson and Tremaine Edmonds, who also came over in the offseason. For the Saints, Derek Carr, 46 of 64 for 417, 2 touchdowns. Sheesh. Kamara, 19 for 79. Jamal Williams, of course, coming over from Detroit, 5 for 28. Kamara, 15 catches, 128 yards. Olave with 8 and 3 drops. Tre'Quan Smith, 7 and 2 drops. Mike Thomas with 6, 3 for Taysom Hill, 6 for Juwan Johnson, the tight end as well. Mario Davis, 11 tackles, and then 3 sacks for them. 4. And the rookies Foskey and Brissy. Bradley Roby with the interception. All right, Kit, wrap it up. Thanks for being on, everybody. Go Browns.
Yeah, so this obviously a very exciting photo finish. It was a really fun game. Glad you could all be here. Appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have that. Also appreciate likes on the video. And if you haven't had a chance to join us on our Discord, you'll get notifications of our next videos as they come up, as we're going to go live. But hey, opportunity for a second game here, as I'll be bringing a later AFC Spotlight Game of the Week, which you can vote on our Discord. Link to that is in the description of this or any of our videos if you'd like to join us there and join the conversation that we have in between games. But a doubleheader here Friday, so we'll be looking to bring the AFC Spotlight Game of the Week here later in the day. So look for the notification on that. We'll look forward to seeing you all then. So for today, we'll say go Saints, but as always, go